Welcome, LEGO Star Wars fans, to a review of the Star Wars Advent Calendar 2022 edition that came out in September and then now is on the aftermarket only, completely sold out at lego.com. You can find a few here and there. Go ahead, get your deals while you can. And the Advent Calendar for Lego Star Wars has been running for, this is the 12th calendar out there. This season I got 5 of them, and so we're reviewing the 2022 here right before you. And just kind of giving it the eye test. It's not too bad. It has not hit me as my favorite advent calendar quite yet. Part of it is Lego this year, big move, updated, the cost to $45. Now, I will say the piece count, and here's a look at the overall box art, and you can tell the box art's all over the place. Wintry scenes, there's beach scenes, so it's an interesting one. It kind of followed a little bit of a cartoon that was released on Disney Plus, so there's that influence in here, but it did have 329 parts, which is on the high end. So you could say there's a few more parts in here, but the way I look at these is there needs to be value in the minifigures, and part of it is, are you getting a few things that you can't get maybe in other sets, or maybe are you getting a figure from an expensive set that you may not have easy access to otherwise. I think that's Advent Calendar to me is another way of doing that. So let's get into it. On this one, the micro builds really came out hot, and this one is sneaky good. We just recently had a UCS gunship, so this is kind of a fun micro build inclusion. I think it looks the part from a distance. It's a little lanky, but it does really well. You also get a lot of, I love the coloring, and really funny is that these bucket handles are going to be really valuable for me. We use them a lot on the Microfighter lineup. So there's that. Day one, not a bad one, right out of the gate. Then they have the clone pilot, although he's not an official. He kind of has that. He has a full fin. The pilots don't have that to be accurate, but he is not an exclusive minifigure, but is very limited, not in too many sets. So that's a nice, building your clone army is a solid. You can never have enough clone in your army. Then number 3, I didn't know what this was originally. It was kind of like, wow, this is kind of a weird build. Once you get these, like, ski poles are nice, some of the shaping and things like that, but this is one of the tri-fighters that's pretty cool. It really turned out to be a nice micro build. So really 2 nice micro builds and a nice figure right out of the gate. Here's another one. This is a cruiser, one of the light cruisers. Not bad. Some good parts. It looks well, and so that really isn't too bad. But then day 5, they're like, things have been going too well for fans, so we gotta really throw in a stinker. The usual battle droid throw-in inclusion, which this is the one area, like, I get it. If you want to throw in a cheap clanker every single time, go ahead, but at least make him green or yellow, or do something. Give him some camo, make him cool, like even the blue pilot ones. Anything but plain, because it's just, and this guy's worth like $1. If you look at it, 24 days by $1, it's $24. That's not a very good deal, right? Not very good value overall. So I really wish Lego would stop just throwing battle droids in there, just for the sake of getting a day. Then, if I can get the dog hair off of here, they did kind of to me, this is an oversize. I love getting the parts. Again, you're probably going to hear me saying that over and over, but, and it looks really good, but I kind of feel like it's a weird size, and it doesn't really even sit well. So I don't know, even from a display standpoint, not going to be something I'm going to keep. Then Lego continues to go back on the well. We got to keep doing land speeders. Maybe it's just because They did another land speeder this year in terms of the UCS land speeder, so they had to kind of throw something in there to go with it. There you go. Not bad. Again, take the parts. The next one I really like, it's the T16 Skyhopper. This is really good. I love getting these ski poles and the flags and the parts in general. Just really good to get. This looks the part, and it's nice. It's nice. Really good one. Then, and this one is solid. I really do overall think, again, R2-D2 is the showstopper or the show closer. But we got a fun C-3PO. This is probably the couple highlights of this particular advent calendar season is getting so many really good Christmas, ugly sweater type prints. Then moving on, we got a water evaporator. This is I think this is a really good build. Again, getting these ski poles, that's kind of a nice deal. These are unique parts. They're not exactly super easy to get or in tons of sets, so those are always really solid. I forget the naming on this vehicle, but this is one of the land speeders that is in... at least I hope this is not like a snow speeder. It should be the land speeder that kind of goes with Tatooine. I think it's like a Z95, something along those lines. Then this is kind of a weird one. But you get beach ball. I don't know. It looks like it's supposed to be a soccer ball, but it's more of a beach ball. I don't know what it is. But Darth Vader with a really cool print. I love the print. It's definitely useful with the Death Star in the background. That's pretty cool. Not as useful, but I think that's overall a really cool print. And then to go with it, of course, Darth Vader has to make sandcastles. There's a bucket, and there's a shovel, and all sorts of stuff that kind of come with it. And I think this one also had the mouse droid with it as well. So those are always really nice. It's kind of a fun. I'm sure kids enjoyed it. Then the next one, they couple really good micro builds right out of the gate here. Boy, we got a lot of dog hair. Why? Is a really nice micro scale B-wing. This is really good looking. A lot of great parts again. And I love getting, some of the parts that you see in here, I love getting these 1x2. Those are pretty solid. The 1x3s are even more, those are newer parts, so that's always really good to get. Did a really good TIE interceptor. This definitely looks the part in many ways. Really like how that looks. Better than most TIE fighters that LEGO has put out. Then there's just kind of like a random wall here. I don't know. LEGO ran out of ideas officially. Then a snow trooper. These are really good. And you get the multiracial. It's not just the white or even the tan or the olive color. So I think that's what makes this a unique figure, because it's like supposedly unique within the set. Then you get a couple good Hoth builds. This is pretty big. It's a little oversized, I kind of feel like. Uses some unique styles, how you kind of take a single with modified and you can kind of put around, and then you don't see this piece too often. So it's a pretty interesting overall build. And then this looks the part. I mean, I guess if you had an army of these, it would look pretty interesting in like a war setting. Like if you had an attack on Hoth in micro scale. But so it's a unique build. I don't really love these ATST or AT builds in micro scale. They just don't translate very well for me. And this one's really solid. Another weapons one. It actually has some action to it. And again, using the ski poles. There's just a lot of ski poles. I guess it's the hot new part for LEGO Star Wars. And then this is twofer. They started with the figure himself, and then they did the Wampa Cave outline. You can actually stick them up top to kind of simulate the scene. Of course, the Wampa still can't fit through that thing. There's no way. Maybe we'll get a brick built or another molded Wampa at some point. Then, kind of closing the show is a Santa Gonk. I guess if you're going to make fun of Gonk, might as well make a Santa one and go all in. So this one's not too bad. A lot of parts there. It's definitely a hefty build. And then closing the show is the R2-D2 with an ugly Christmas sweater. What's fun is that C-3PO's got R2-D2, R2-D2's got C-3PO. We get the Rebel insignia on back. That's just got snow. So really good. I think I love the print of it. I think those are the highlights, is getting really, really unique. I don't know if I'll ever use them, but getting those ugly sweater prints, the summer vibes, Darth Vader, and C-3PO with also his ugly sweater. So, and then over here, I just got kind of a pile of all the different parts. A lot of stuff really good for mocks and microfighters, and even for some greebling and buildings. I'm really going to enjoy using all of these parts. So that's it for 2022. That's a full rundown, blow by blow. As I look at it, I'm really disappointed that Lego didn't, I'd say, do, maybe take one or two, do a couple tweaks, a couple things here, to me, could justify that $45. The piece count is a little bit higher, so check there. And there are unique prints, so I think that's where Lego's like, we've got to increase the price. But I still feel like you've got to do something here. I feel like instead of random micro builds, they could have thrown one more figure in here. Whether it's unique, maybe a side character, something they haven't done before. I mean, they just did Aunt Beru. Why can't they put, like another Uncle Owen, or just anything else to kind of help our collections out here, that you may not do in a set down the road. So I know sometimes that's hard to plan for, but it just feels a little bit lacking for that $45. Hopefully you're able to get this on discount early in the season like I did. And that's it for 2022. So thank you so much for watching. This has been another Lego Star Wars review. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.